96.7 KCAL rocks. Here we are rocking out on your Thursday. It's time to talk some sports with our guy, Pep. What's going down, Pep?
Hey, good morning, guys. Here we are a couple days after the NFL draft. You know, the NFL offseason really getting in full swing now. You know, mini camps and all that kind of good stuff will be quickly, approaching, and we'll be ready, getting ready for the season. But the big conversation still, and the thing that's going to be lingering this entire offseason is Aaron Rodgers. And I bring it up again because I know there's a ton of 49er fans. There's a ton of Raider fans here in the Inland Empire, and those are two of the possible destinations for Aaron Rodgers. But now he's saying he could hold out. He could retire. You know, what would the Packers do? Should they just trade him and get something in return? Because this feels an awful lot like when Brett Favre was on the scene and Aaron Rodgers was trying to take over.
It is very similar, and it's kind of funny to see Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers almost work together because Brett Favre has been tweeting out, hey, Aaron is not joking about this retirement thing. It's like he's trying to help get him out of there. And I mean, I'm hearing that Denver is where he wants to go.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like if you are a Green Bay Packer fan, like you're kind of to the point where you're beyond wishing that this wasn't a factual thing, and it seems like this is true. And it's like, well, if you're going to lose Aaron Rodgers, you might as well get something for him.
Gosh, we always say that, Pep. Get something for him.
Yeah, if you're going to lose him, get rid of him and get something in return. If you're the Packers, if you're convinced that he's leaving, and it sure sounds like he is, or maybe he just won't play at all, is a possibility now. But yeah, if you're the Packers, you're in a pretty weird spot right now. Although you have Jordan Love, and he's a first-round pick from last year, and he's supposed to be the guy. Well, you know, his time might be now if Aaron Rodgers decides to, pack his bags and either go home or go to another team.
Wouldn't it be kind of interesting though if there does end up being a trade and like they get a super awesome receiver weapon for Aaron Rodgers, and then Jordan Love has Devontae Adams, and then say Jerry Jeudy on the Packers? If they want to get Aaron Rodgers back, do a little maneuver like that.
Dude, how bizarre would that be, and ironic that Aaron Rodgers, his big beef is that you guys don't surround me with enough, great talent, especially at the receiver position. That's where he wants help. And to be traded for a receiver, that would be the most ironic, crazy thing, for Aaron Rodgers, man, because that's his beef. That's what he's mad about.
Well, let's hope something happens. Otherwise, we're going to hear a lot about this.
Yes, and that's the thing. And that's why I brought it up again. It's going to linger this entire offseason until we get closer to these camps. If nothing's happened, if he's not on another team, if he doesn't announce his retirement, this is what's going to be the conversation now, because he's the reigning NFL MVP. He's the best player in the game, according to the MVP award. So what's he going to do? Where's he going to go?
Well, we'll find out.
Well, from one quarterback to another, this one kind of slipped under my radar, but I want to bring it up to you guys that Tim Tebow worked out for the Jacksonville Jaguars as a tight end. Tim Tebow might be back.
That's what I heard. He has his college coach over there in Jacksonville who already has said many times that he thinks Tim Tebow is the most competitive human being he's ever seen in his life. It's another opportunity for Tim Tebow to get back into the spotlight. Nothing can stop this guy. I bet you he ends up being on the team.
What happened? I thought he was going to be the next great baseball player, guys. Come on.
Pep, people are saying that we finally need to admit that other than being a good college football player, he's not a professional at anything.
Yeah, because he got the AAA in baseball with the New York Mets. And this year, I don't know what the conversations were behind the scenes, but he was going to be in the minor leagues again. And I think they probably told him, hey, Tim, there's probably not a good chance you're going to get to the big league. So he hung it up, the baseball cleats. And I thought, okay, he's going to go, full on to, broadcasting and ministry and writing books and everything that he does. But no, all of a sudden this story leaks out that he's working out for the Jaguars as a tight end. And you're right, for Urban Meyer, his old college coach with the Florida Gators. And I'm like, man, I guess that kind of makes sense. I could actually see that happening here.
Another storyline that we're going to get sick of. Here we go.
Another thing for Tebow to be unimpressive at.
Get ready for Tebow and Rodgers 2021. Here we go. To the NBA, we got Clippers against Lakers tonight. Bigger game for the Lakers than it is for the Clippers right now, because the Lakers are number 6 in the Western Conference standings, only a half game of number 7 Portland, and they'll play Portland on Friday night. And guys, again, we've talked about it. If you slip down to number 7, you are part of that play-in tournament for the playoffs. And the Lakers desperately do not want to be part of that play-in tournament. They want to stay in the top 6, but they got the Clippers tonight. They got the Blazers tomorrow. These are huge head-to-head games coming up for the Lake Show.
These definitely are. But I mean, a main question, and I want to see what you think about it, Pep, is how bad is this ankle injury to LeBron?
That's the thing, man. He left early the last game out. They said he's going to miss a couple more games. I mean, we thought this whole time that when LeBron was out and AD was out, things are going to be okay, right? They're going to get healthy. And then when the playoffs roll around, the Lakers will be all good. It's going to be fine. They're going to be healthy. They're going to turn that, flip that proverbial switch, and they're going to be good for the playoffs. And not only are they playing bad, but LeBron is still hurt, and that is not good.
40, I'm hearing it's bad.
I mean, he pretty much said he doesn't expect to be 100% at any more in his career. And to that, he's pretty much just kind of saying what it's like to be a professional athlete pretty much, at the age of 35 plus. Yeah. You're probably not going to be feeling very good all the time. But I think he kind of said that to say, like, I'm going to be a little hobbled this postseason. It is what it is. He's played hurt before where he played with a broken hand, the one NBA Finals or whatever. Didn't do good, but played through it. So he could play through pain. But really, it's going to be, can he get the supporting cast of the Lakers to kind of step up where if he is going to be hindered at all, the rest of the Lakers will have to step up, or Clippers are going to go further this year.
He could be genius Pep and just come out and just jump from the free throw line and be rope-a-doping.
Oh, my gosh. Who knows? But, again, LeBron's hurt. Lakers aren't playing well. It just does not look good as we get closer to the playoffs. And this is not a bash LeBron morning here on KCAL, but I will say he's, on social media in the court of public opinion, they're calling him a hypocrite too, because last year he was all for this play-in tournament for the playoffs, and this year he's like, it's the dumbest thing ever. Like we need to get rid of this thing. It's lame because now the Lakers are on the bubble. They're riding on the cusp of being one of those teams in the play-in tournament.
He doesn't want to get eliminated.
Well, I think it was one of those too, where last year you were like restarting the year with the bubble, and it was kind of like, okay, let's do a little play-in tournament for the teams that are on the bubble.
Yes.
This year is more like a regular season, and it is kind of weird that you need to do a play-in tournament between your regular season and your playoffs. Like, why do you need something in between there?
That's true.
See, as a Sacramento Kings fan, that play-in tournament gives me just a glimmer, just a small sliver of hope that, hey, what if Sacramento snuck up and got into that number 10 spot? So it's I guess for those bad teams, like I like my bad Sacramento Kings, it gives us a little bit of hope that like, hey, I'm still interested. What are the Kings doing? Can we still win a couple games and get in there? So I see that part of it, but you're right. We're not in the bubble anymore and things are different now. We're getting back to normal.
Really, I think the bigger problem with the bubble, the play-in tournament, is you already have too long of a season and you already have too many teams going to the playoffs already.
Now here's even chance for even more.
You're watering down your playoffs even more, which I don't even think you need this step.
I think you're right, 40. And finally, the Lakers are sliding. So are the Dodgers. Dodgers slumping right now. In fact, they're in third place in their own division. They went from best team in baseball to third place in their own division. They will take on the Angels beginning Friday at the Big A in Anaheim. We got the Freeway Series resuming. And again, big series for the Dodgers because they're just trying to get back, on the right track, man. They have just been slumping so hard the last, I'd say, about 2 weeks.
Good luck trying to get back on track when you're coming into the chosen one's territory.
That's right.
You know what, though? This is the perfect team to get tuned up on and get back on fire for the Dodgers.
Yeah, it's a rivalry now, even though, they're in different, obviously leagues in National League, American League. But it is a rivalry, and the Angels have star power. The Dodgers definitely have star power, and they both came into this season feeling like they were playoff teams. Of course, the Dodgers reigning World Series champions, but neither team has really, taken that number one spot. The Dodgers started hot, but you now look at the standings, and we found out real quick the Giants are really good, and the Padres are pretty much who we thought they were. They're going to be above 500. They're a playoff team too.
And then finally, I just have to add a little tidbit for the NHL because the NHL made the news just a little bit. There was a huge fight. If you want to see it on video, if you Google it, it will come up. There was a massive brawl last night in hockey, faces slamming into the ice and stuff like that. So there's people who are bitching about it, and there's other people who are like, awesome.
Yeah, I'm down. I come for the fight and I stay for the hockey. That's my
Check out
philosophy.
Check
Right.
out the hockey fight between unknown teams, unknown players. Just,
I don't know what,
Patrick knows there was a fight.
but it will come up. Okay. Thank God they play on ice to ice.
Just Google hockey fight.
Boom. And there you go. Pep, tell me how to get your stuff.
Hey, while you're hanging out on Google, punch in Inland Sports all over social media. We got the Inland Sports YouTube channel. We got the exclusive interview with Cameron Bynum from Centennial High School, drafted by the Minnesota Vikings. So Google Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.